Okay, so coming to the next question, that is again about inclusive education. You all can see inclusive education. Yes, inclusive education implies ensuring learning outcome of every child to be the same. Will it be the answer?
Ensuring that no child is left behind in education.
Yeah, but what is the statement saying? That they want the outcome of every child to be the same. How it is possible that everybody gets the first rank, everybody scores equal marks? That is not possible. Including the disabled in the mainstream might be providing compulsory education to the children below 14 years. Now, this is not inclusive education. This is like free and compulsory Sarva Siksha Abhiyan. That is there. That is there. But not this below 14 years of child. Ensuring that no child is left behind education. Now, answer is either 2 or answer is either 4. Come on. Which is best suitable answer?
4.
Answer
Ma'am,
4.
ma'am, option number 4.
Option number 4. They have to see that no child is left behind means whether the child is coming from any background, anything, not only disabled, but no child. So no child is inclusive education, whether a poor, rich, handicap, everything, it includes everything. Okay. Next one, peer group interaction. Peer means student to student. Peer group interaction in a classroom helps in concept understanding, realization of one's misunderstanding, rapport building and questioning. Come on.
It is
When you
Concept
interact,
understanding.
sorry,
Concept understanding, ma'am.
it's a concept
Rapport
understanding.
building.
It's a mainly why teacher will peer group interaction here. It is like a discussion. It is not about maintaining the relationship. Interaction is about discussion. Interaction means itself here itself is discussion. Teacher is not bothered for rapport building or anything else. Teacher is mainly why you want, teacher wants to interact with each other, that okay, if you are not able to understand the topic, you can discuss in the group and make yourself understand. Next one, reflective practice implies use of once. Reflective teaching implies use of once. Now this you may not be knowing. Okay, this you may not be knowing. At least cognition is not there. Cognition is just a mental low level. Now here the correct answer is actually metacognition, and in the night time I'll just send you what is exactly metacognition. Okay, so once you will read that, you will understand what exactly metacognition is. Okay,
Ma'am,
next
can I
one.
try? I have read somewhere.
Yeah, you can try.
Ma'am, in cognition, higher level, we are thinking na. Metacognition matlab how we think. If you are giving me problem, so I will come with a solution that is called as thinking. But metacognition mein I would be thinking how I am able to think. That is thinking upon thinking is metacognition.
Yeah, so thinking upon thinking is metacognition, or you simply, if I would say, it is like what is the structure of your thinking? Like how did you arrive at the problem? Oh, sorry, solution. That is metacognition. Okay, I will send you a note on this. You can give a read. Listening is important for a teacher too, to address the requirement of the learner. Listening is important for a teacher too. That means importance of listening in a teacher's life. Address the requirement of the learner, gain knowledge, keep the learner in good humor, evaluate the learner for the progress made. Why you want the teacher should listen to you? Please mute. Shh.
Evaluate the learner
Evaluate the learner for the progress
for
made.
the progress.
How listening will help to evaluate the learner?
It
No.
will address the requirement of the learner.
Address the requirement of the learner.
Learner.
Like if I will listen to you, then I will come to know, okay, what are the problems you are facing, what you are expecting from me, right? So that is address the requirement of the learner. Next one. What is the main objective of formative evaluation? Come on. Formative evaluation. Which cannot be my answer in any given case.
Ma'am, first one. Promote the
First one.
student.
First one will not be. Any other which you can eliminate very easily?
Ma'am, the answer is
I don't want answer. I want which to be eliminated.
third.
Third.
Option number
Fourth,
3.
third.
Option
Fourth
number
is
3.
also
Fourth is also
to
not
enhance
there. Why? Because
cooperation in
learning
class.
difficulties is diagnostic evaluation, right? So to enhance the students' learning is the correct answer. You want to improvise, you want to increase the learning of the students. So you are doing formative evaluation. Next one. A teacher intends to find the learning difficulties of the students. Which one of the following test can be used? Very straight.
Diagnostic.
Very straight. Very straight. Learning difficulties. D. Diagnostic difficulties. Okay. Next one. Student-centric classroom is meant for. Student-centric means where the teacher is playing important role or student. It's a student-centric means the student is playing an important role. So it is meant for what? Student-centric. Student-centric means if suppose for example if Ruhi feels listening to the recorded classes, she feels more comfortable. If Nidhi feels that if she attends live classes, she understands more. So I will emphasize more on listening to live classes to Nidhi, and I will emphasize Ruhi to listen with the recorded classes. If she emphasizes that one student emphasizes that I understand more from the handwritten material, other student may understand more from PPT or something like that. So what is that? Student centric.
Addressing
Teacher
the
is,
individual
yes,
differences.
teacher is trying to make sure that every student is understanding in her way and her space and time. That means you can't expect, for example, even when in classroom also, suppose if I am teaching to 10 students, all 8 or 5 students will understand the concept in one understanding, one go, but other 5 students may need one more time explanation. So I can't say that I have already explained you. So individual differences, that means some students are slow learners, some students are good at mathematics, some students are good at drawing, painting, craft, music. So we have to see the individual differences. So this is important. Engaging entire class is not student centric. Teacher oriented, this is not at all my answer. Recalling previous knowledge is also not at all my answer. Next one, match the following. Come on. Yes, one by one. I don't want the final answer. I want to connect with something. Be sure of something. Yeah.
Ma'am, team teaching or team
One. Yes. Ruhi has to say
teaching
something. Team teaching में क्या
when
आएगा?
when expertise of teachers are used in teaching.
Very good. So D is very sure that answer is 1 for D. Okay, but if you see now, this is your bad luck. Bad luck means the options are given in such a way that in all the 2, 3, 4, all options are having 1. So this is very sure. Okay, anything else you would like to put an effort on?
Ma'am, construct.
Wait. Sorry,
Cooperative method. When
what will be the answer? Cooperative.
students help each other to learn.
When students share
When
different
students
aspects of
help each
learning
other,
activity.
cooperation, the word cooperation itself means helping each other to learn. So B is very clear that it is 4. Okay, so now you are very clear. Now in this case, either my answer is this or my answer is this. Okay. Collaborative and constructive. Collaborative and constructive. What is constructivism? Come on.
Creating your own knowledge.
Creating your own knowledge, discovering your own knowledge. So here constructivism will be 2. And what is left out? Collaborative. Collaborative is here. Option number 3. Okay. So the correct answer is option number 2. So you have to just pick up the words. You can see from the words you come to know. In the exam, during revision, reading from the notes also, you have to focus on those words only. Now, since you have attended the class, you have some knowledge, but how to retain that knowledge is emphasizing on the words. Constructivism means creation of knowledge, discovery of knowledge. So you have to just remember these words. And expertise of teachers are used in teaching. Team teaching is different teachers share the subject. So this is how you have to be very sure of these questions and the topics. Next one. Now this is something very common sense question you all can try. The following teaching aids can be used. Now this is about teaching aids which are used by the teacher in the class as a live interactive device. What is live? They are asking, out of all these, what is live? Come on, be very sure of something at least.
Skype.
Skype.
Skype is for sure live. That means you want B. Yes.
Teleconference.
Teleconferencing for sure you are live. So yes, anything else you are sure of?
Online chats.
Or online chat.
It's very clear. So B, C and D is your correct answer. Facebook. I have to send
Excuse
a
me,
message.
ma'am. Shilpa here.
Yes. Yeah, Shilpa. Yeah. Yeah, Shilpa, tell now. Yes, Shilpa.
Madam, I feel you are going a little bit fast today.
No, not
Can you
like
please
that.
go slow a little?
Yeah, fine. I am not fast, but I will be slow. Okay, no problem. See here, teaching aids and live interactive.
In the previous, I'm a bit confused with the match the following in
Because
about
Shilpa,
the
you
previous
don't
question,
know
8th question.
the thing is that because you don't know the concept, you might be feeling I'm going fast, but because these students have already listened to
Hello.
my lectures or they have attended, so these are the different types of method. If I ask you your team teaching method is a method where two or more expert teachers they share the subject. So that is team teaching method. If I talk about constructivism is a method where teacher just don't deliver the lecture or the concept. Teacher will give a situation or teacher will create a situation in such a manner that the students will create the knowledge means they will establish, they will develop, they will discover something. So they will create something. That is constructivism. Construct on your own, develop on your own. So that is constructivism method. These are all very detailed topics which are there in the recordings. So once you listen to the recordings, you will be very much clear. If not, still I am there only. Then cooperative method. Cooperative method means what? Where the students help to learn each other. That is called cooperation. And collaborative means what? You come together and you share your ideas and you do your activities together. Yeah, it is like association. You do it together. Cooperative is like helping someone, and collaborative means coming together and doing the things. Okay, these are detailed topics we have already covered in the class. So this was about teaching aids which are live in nature. Email, not necessary that when I am there and you should be online to receive the email. I mean, you cannot be online at the same time. So these are Skype, online chat and teleconferencing. Next one. In which level of teaching? Lower level, learning outcomes get focused on. There are three levels: memory, understanding and reflective. And while teaching this topic, I have told you the highest level is reflective and the lowest level is
Memory.
memory. So it is very clear, yes or no? There are only three levels: memory, understanding, reflective. Reflective is the highest level, understanding is the middle level and memory is the lower level. So very clearly answer is memory. Next one, from the list given below, identify those competencies. Competencies means again the qualities of an effective teacher which relate to domain of personality and attitude. That means what is that something which will reflect my personality and attitude. In the last previous classes also I have explained you what is locus of control. I believe that my luck is in my hands. or if I will study, I will qualify the exam. I don't depend on God will come and do things for me. So one is locus of control is some people are internals and some people are external. That means some people believe in themselves. Believing in yourself is internal, and believing or dependent on other outside situation is external. Okay. So locus of control, communicating, managing, self-efficacy, teacher enthusiasm, being organized and orderly. What are the qualities? Personality. What is reflecting my personality? I was telling you the examples also in the classroom. If I am saying that I am confident, so that is my personality. If I am punctual, that is my personality. Come on.
Self-efficiency. Self-efficiency.
Self-efficacy. This is self-efficacy.
Okay, yes.
Self-efficacy. Self-efficacy is one of the teacher's quality. Yes. Apart from
Being
this,
organized and ordered.
Organized and orderly.
being organized,
And
being
ordered.
organized is definitely a teacher's personality. Okay. Apart from that, anything else you feel that there is a teacher's personality? Locus of control is surely a teacher's personality. Self-efficacy is surely a teacher's personality. And apart from that, communicating, managing, these are all everybody is like having. Effective effective teacher. Now here, enthusiasm and being orderly and organized. See, enthusiasm is nothing but the I am enthusiastic. So this is one of my personality trait. Okay, being organized and orderly, it is also one of the personality trait. But here if I see, I am very sure of A, D and E. But here they have not given F anywhere along with A, D and E. In this, even in the book and UGC, they have mentioned A, D and E as the correct answer. They have identified as most effective competencies. But according to me, it can be organized and orderly also. Like if the teacher is organized, that is her personality. Okay. So, or else it can be, I would rather relate in that terms. Like being organized is something which is tangible. Tangible means it is visible. But personality is something which is like, I'm not saying that it is not visible, but it is something internal quality. According to me, F should also be there, but they have not given any option as such. So we will go with this answer as per UGC only. Next one, in the spectrum of teaching methods, which of the following will be called dialogic? Now, this we know. What is dialogic? This is a repeated question if you remember. It's a two-way communication. Okay.
Dialogue.
Dialogue. Two-way. Monologue is just a one person speaking, but dialogue is a two-way communication. So according to you, in which method there will be more of two-way communication? More of two-way communication.
Problem solving.
Tutorials.
Problem solving. Talk
Tutorials.
and talk, not at all. Team teaching, not at all.
Interactive presentation. Tutorials.
Interactive presentations and tutorials. So
Tutorials.
B, E and F. Okay. Next one. Which of the following evaluation systems belong to the category of being an innovative practice? Now, these are some different types of evaluation which we haven't studied. Even I am seeing this question as the very first time question, because types of evaluation are formative, summative, and diagnostic and placement only. But here, let us see what is the question. Try to understand. Which kind of evaluation will make you understand about the innovative practice? Innovative practice. Now, in higher education, you will see that there is one particular university. I just forgot the name. If Ria or somebody can recall. So they do give the grades to the students based on their innovation. That means you don't have the kind of theory exams or anything like, IIT, IIMs and all, here they do the evaluations based on what the student has invented. Based on his innovation, he is being graded. So that is something called as innovative practices. And here you can say learning outcome based evaluation. That means what you have, what is your outcome? Outcome means what have you invented? What is your innovation? What something newly you have done? Okay, based on that some new innovation, you will be evaluated. So such type of evaluation is called as learning outcome based evaluation, where you are inventing something and based on that invention you are being assigned the grades or you are being evaluated. Okay, so that is innovative practice evaluation, which belongs to the category of innovative practice. Innovative, you are coming up with something new. Okay, so this is innovative practice. You can just make a note, learning outcome based evaluation is a kind of evaluation where innovative practices are evaluated. Now next one.
This is basically used in pharmacy where students were asked to prepare a kind of medicine, and how
Yes,
much the
something
effective they done
even,
accordingly they get. Yeah.
yeah, so something if you are inventing new, your performance will be evaluated based on that. That means your total evaluation will be done on the basis of that. Non-traditional teaching. Now what is the meaning of non-traditional? One is traditional, one is non-traditional. Traditional means old methods where the teacher plays an important role. Non-traditional means which are the modern methods. Okay, when I say non-traditional means modern. Modern methods are the student-centered methods. Like they are most of the, see, traditional is also called as conventional method. This we are going to study in higher education, surely. Non-traditional teaching. Non-traditional. The word non-traditional means modern. Traditional means conventional, that is old. Non-traditional means modern. Non-traditional teaching and learning strategies lay emphasis on. Come on. Simple logic is you have to think other way. Non-traditional means modern methods. Focus on
Yes.
what? Okay,
Developing
think in
skills.
that way.
Developing skills, attitudes, and values.
Developing skills, attitudes and values. Okay. Student need based resource material and learning standards.
Promoting inbox.
Promoting inbox thinking. Inbox, see, there are two things, inbox and outbox. In, as I tell you many a times, that this is an out of the box question. Out of the box means something which is not inside you. Okay, so teacher in the modern method, she will try to outbox thinking, not a inbox means something which is very traditional, very common. You also know, I also know, but outbox is always something which is not known to me, not known to you as well. So this is not my part. Inbox नहीं, यहाँ पे out होता था, so it would have been modern. Okay, lecture based model, not at all. Modern method will never include lecture based method or lecture model. Acquiring knowledge necessary to respond creatively. So
Yes.
yes. Okay. So please understand why this is not your answer. Lecture based, not at all your answer. Not at all in any given case. So in any given case, I say I don't want lecture based model. So automatically option number 4 here gets cancelled. Option number 4 gets cancelled. Option number 4. Even if you don't apply your brain any other where, your correct answer is still this only. Because you are very clear that modern method can never be lecture based method. Okay, next one, which of the following is a key effective teaching behavior? See, so many questions are coming on teaching effectiveness. Yes, which is the key teaching behavior? Yeah, teacher mediated dialogue, which helps the learners restructure what is being learned. Eliciting clarification of an answer given by the students. Soliciting, that means again giving additional information about a response of the student. Promoting low error rate, that is in the sense high success rate. contributive to increased level of student self-esteem and positive attitude. As a teacher, which is most effective behavior? Like most effective means something
Excuse
which
me,
is
ma'am.
yeah. Yeah.
Ma'am, only question is visible. Can you slide up to view the
Here
options?
are the options given. See, options are
No,
given.
no, no,
Na?
no.
See,
I am able in my screen. Whatever you shared, the only question is visible. You
no,
have
no, no.
to slide up.
Here, see, na, options are given on the next page.
It is visible, ma'am.
Shilpa, now
Okay.
question number this fourth one.
Yeah,
Can you see
fourth
now
one.
this one?
I'll not able to see. I am not able to see, madam. In my screen, it is not visible. Yeah, now it is visible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yes, come on. Which is the key effective teaching behavior? Something which is very much important, which every teacher
First
does.
one,
But
dialogue, which
Fourth
helps.
option.
see.
First
Key
one.
effective teaching behavior means something which is very unique in that particular teacher and the students like that something about that teacher. Key teaching behavior means one thing is like which is commonly done by most of the teachers. But key teaching effective behavior means which is done by the effective teachers. As I have been telling you, every teacher is not an effective teacher. Effective teacher itself means which is having a lot of impact on the student's life and learning. So here you have to understand in that context.
First one.
Four, ma'am.
Teacher
Promoting
It's
low
the
year
fourth
rating.
one.
Yeah.
Every key effective. Okay, you whether you do all these three things or not, but this is very important. Like if I do something which is lowering your self-esteem, I am not trying to build up some positive attitude, so I am not an effective teacher. So these things are done by commonly by all the teachers, but this is more important. Okay, next one. In which of the following modes of assessment, that is evaluation, the potential means the chance for increasing intrinsic means internal, motivation is optimum means maximum. Yes, did you understand the question? That which is that type of assessment which will help the students to increase their motivation to learn and achieve maximum.
Ma'am, fourth
Formative
midterm.
best assessment,
It's a
best
very
evaluation.
clear cut is
Yeah.
a formative evaluation. Computer test, not summative, is at the end. Whether you fail or pass, you score less or more. There is no motivation to improve in that year. But with the formative, that is your internal exams, if you are scoring less, there is a chance that you may score better in your external. But here, once you give your external exam, there is no scope of scoring better in internal in the same year or in the same class. So I have seen, we have learned in the class also that formative evaluation helps the students to get the motivation. Like if you are scoring prelim exam का भी मैंने example दिया था, that if in your prelim exam you are scoring 80 or 90%, so you are very sure that in your final exam you will be scoring 90 or 95 at least. So you have that internal motivation, it increases in the formative evaluation. Okay, next one. Identify those features of learner behavior which are associated with understanding level of teaching. Come on. Learner behavior associated with understanding. Understanding means the lowest level of teaching. Come on. Come on. Can you eliminate something by remembering, understanding, memory, and reflective level?
Ma'am, second option.
Now you wait.
Option.
Now I want listen. I want you people to tell me which relates to what. Like if this relates to understanding, you have to say understanding. This relates to memory because the statements are related to either reflective or memory or understanding. So I wanted that statement A belongs to which level? Come on.
Understanding.
A,
Who is that?
understanding.
A is understanding.
It is understanding. Own
Yeah.
words. Own words. Remember, if your teacher is telling you to recall that information in your own words, that means what have you understood so far? Come on. The student immediately recalls the facts taught.
Memory.
Recalls. The word recall tells me that this statement belongs to memory. Come on, next.
Memory.
The student
Unders-
give examples.
Understanding.
Come on, it is very clear, Baba. Own examples. When you're asking the student to do something on their own, it is understanding. The student interprets the meaning in various ways.
Understanding.
Understanding.
Various ways. That means he is using different ways of summarizing, telling the meaning. That is understanding. The student correctly reproduces the sequence taught.
Reflective.
Reproduce, that means he creates something on his own. That is reflective. So my question is, what belongs to understanding? So the correct answer is A, C and D. See, this is how you have to solve the question. Okay. Next one. Which of the following sequence depicts outcome based curriculum design for college level teaching programs? Outcome based curriculum designed for college level teaching programs. Sequence of the curriculum. Come on, can you give a try? This we may not have studied directly as a question, but as a teacher we know.
I think 4, ma'am.
Ma'am, 3 option, third option.
Third option.
Somebody is saying third, somebody is saying fourth, somebody will tell 1, somebody will tell 2. Now you tell me, suppose if you are been appointed in a board of studies and you are being told, okay, let us introduce a new subject, or okay, based on certain subject, let us take example of science, or let us take biology. Okay, so now you are being told to design a curriculum. So first, what you are going to do? Come on. First, what you will do?
Content.
Desired learning outcome, that why the student should study this subject. What you expect that the student should learn from this subject. So as a teacher, this is our first sequence of curriculum design. This is about curriculum design. Like if you are developing or if you are coming up with a new subject, so the first thing to design is that what you want that the student should learn. That means this is nothing but your objectives. Then you will decide the content, that okay, what topics will I include, what will be the study material and all that. Then will be your teaching learning. That means what methods of teaching will be used for teaching this particular topic or a subject. Then assessment, and then comes the evaluation. Okay, so here you have to understand in this manner. You can make a note in your book as well, that the sequence of curriculum design. So this is the question on that. Okay, next one, for encouraging learning to learn. Learning to learn. The emphasis on which of the following would be most appropriate? Learning to learn emphasizes more on what? Learning to learn. What is this meaning? Yes. Learning to learn. Can we say that I am learning something and I want to make others learn?
Is organizing teaching to increase opportunity.
Frequent test to conduct.
Frequent test? No. For encouraging learning to learn.
Assigning tasks to be mastered by the students.
See what is given here. For encouraging learning to learn. We are learning.
Ma'am,
and we are learning. To learn means to make someone else learn. The meaning here is that learning to learn. We are learning to make someone else to learn. My objective of learning is to learn. Learn means learn something and make others learn about this. Assigning, organizing teaching to increase the opportunity of transfer of learning. So this is the correct answer here. Okay, learning to learn is organizing teaching to increase opportunity for transfer of learning. Okay. Some statement they have given, phrase kind of. Next one, in a group setting, which of the following factor hinder creativity? Hinder means create an obstacle. Creativity of its members, obstacle to the creativity. Come on. What is that something which will obstruct the creativity of the students?
To respect one another's ideas or to criticize if somebody's idea is not correct.
Without any fear of being
When you sorry.
To think without any fear of being ridiculed.
In a group setting, which of the following factors hinder? Hinder means bring an obstacle in the creativity of its members. Norm, to maintain consensus at any cost. Consensus means what? Norm means the rules. Consensus means, what is consensus? That everybody should agree at the same time. Like suppose I am saying that, okay, let us have class till 9:45. Somebody will say yes, other will also say yes, the third person will also say yes. So this is what you are telling yes, even if you don't want that the class should be till 11 o'clock. But because others are telling that, okay, let us continue the class till 11 o'clock, you also start telling that, yes, let us continue till 11 o'clock. You are not using your own brain. You don't want to, give your own opinion. You just have to go with the norms. And just for that reason, you are telling that, okay, let us continue till 11 o'clock. So what is that something which hinders the creativity? Read the statements. To think without any fear of being ridiculed, to respect one another's ideas, to criticize if somebody's idea is not correct. Come on. What is that something hinders the creativity?
Criticize if somebody's idea is not correct.
Criticizing, surely criticizing will hinder. Like I know that, okay, if Nidhi is giving some idea, Nidhi knows that my idea is not been appreciated. So what she will do, she will not give her idea only. So criticizing if somebody's idea is not correct. Once I criticize, the second time the person is not going to give his creativity. So this is for sure. For sure, criticizing if somebody's idea is not correct. So criticizing will always hinder the creativity. Next time you will not give your idea only. Okay. Next, anything else you feel? See, thinking without fear, it is not going to bring any obstacle. In fact, it is going to bring more, like fearlessly. Without any fear, you are going to give your idea. So this is not an obstacle, but this is surely an obstacle. Yes, this is surely not an obstacle. To think without fear, how it is obstacle?
Norm to maintain consensus at any cost.
Norm to maintain consensus at any cost. Norm to maintain. Norm means, as I told you, rules. Follow the rules. Follow the rules, whether they are right or they are wrong, just because others are following. Because others are following. Yes or no? You want to make a pizza. Okay. Everybody knows that the pizza can be circle in shape. Everybody knows pizza can be in a square shape. But what if you believe that pizza can be in a heart shape also. But because everybody is making circle or square, you also want to make a circle or square. But your interest is making pizza in a heart shape. So what are you doing? You are bringing an obstacle in your creativity. You are just discarding the idea of a heart shaped pizza. You are just following the other people. So this is definitely hindering your creativity. Simple example as I gave you. Everybody is making circle or a square pizza. Okay. And you wish to make a heart shaped pizza, heart shape, or maybe some other shape pizza. But you are not able to. Why? Because you feel others will laugh. Since others are making circle and square, how can I make heart shape? People will laugh at me. My teacher will not accept this pizza or something like that. Nobody will eat this pizza. How can I cut the heart and eat and all that? So this is something which is hindering your creativity. So option number D and A is the correct answer. Think without fear. Without fear. I am very confident to make a heart shaped pizza, whether anybody eats or doesn't eat. Is it affecting my creativity? No. The question is, what the question is, what is that something affecting the creativity of the members? So without fear, if you are doing anything, it is not affecting your creativity. And even when you are respecting others' creativity, people will appreciate, yes, this is the best pizza. So how it will
Disturbances are there. You are not audible.
Sorry?
Disturbances are there. You are not audible sometimes, mathematically.
I don't know. I am audible. I mean, so
You are
the
audible, ma'am.
yeah, the correct option is D and A. Okay, why these are not? I told you. Please understand the question, which is something affecting or hindering the creativity. Next one, which one of the following factors does not contribute to learning mathematical concepts? Does not contribute to mathematical concepts. Teacher gives you real life events. Will it help you to learn mathematics? Yes. Assessing the existing mathematical knowledge of the learner before deciding the syllabus. Assessing the existing knowledge of mathematics. Teacher wants to make the syllabus of standard 5th. So before making the standard of syllabus standard 5th, she will try to understand that what have you learned in standard 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 4th till now. So definitely this is going to contribute in the mathematical concepts. Teaching mathematics and history together. How can I teach mathematics with the help of history? Narrating the life experiences of the mathematician who has given the concept. Surely this can help. I can tell you in the classroom about Ramanujan this, then that. But here, when I am teaching history, I can't teach mathematics. When I am teaching mathematics, I can't teach. Together, you can't teach these subjects. But yes, if I say history, under history, we have the mathematics part. Mathematics part means you have some years to remember. You have here you have the years to remember. But apart from that, is there anything else you learn in mathematics related to history? No. Okay, so this is not something which is contributing to the mathematical concept. Very simple question. As a teacher, you should have the knowledge. Academic performance of the student is determined by. How can you decide my academic performance? Come on.
Intelligence and motivation.
Intelligence and motivation. My physique, whether I am fat, tall, thin, it is not going to affect my academic performance. Even my gender, though not at all. So C and D cannot be my answer. My correct answer is A and B. Very simple answer. C. Just you have to understand the question correctly. Now here, we may not have studied very straightforwardly, but we all know these terms. What is dyslexia, dysgraphia, dyscalculia, and ADHD? We don't know what is ADHD, but we can relate these. What is dyslexia?
Difficulty in reading.
Difficulty in reading.
You all have seen that Tare Zameen picture, right? So dyslexia is related to option number 2. Calculia, from the word calculia, we can understand that this is related to
Mathematics.
1.
Math.
Okay, and if you are sure of these two, then the correct answer would be A is 2 and C is 1. Okay, even if you don't know this, it is okay, absolutely okay, but at least stick on something, play on something which you know very carefully or very correctly. So dysgraphia is about difficulty in writing. Okay, and ADHD, even I don't know what is ADHD, it is difficulty in concentration. Next one, a college teacher conducts a quiz session with a view to accelerate means increase the tempo of which motivational participation. This will form which type of evaluation? Come on.
Formative.
Formative.
Very clear cut answer. Quiz is formative, motivation is formative, accelerate is increase the motivation, that is formative only. Which among the following is not an alternative to traditional? Not an alternative to traditional. So in this question, what is the question is? Not an alternative to traditional. Not an alternative to traditional. That means something which is modern. Can we say that? Can we interpret in that manner? Can we interpret in that manner? Not an alternative to traditional means which is modern. Yes or no? Not traditional. Not traditional means what is modern here? In the modern methods, multiple choice. So please understand the question. Not an alternative to traditional means what is modern? That means rest all are traditional. What is not something which is not traditional means what is something modern. Okay, so the correct answer is multiple choice questions. Now this is a assertive reasoning type question. You all need to understand. Read separately both the statements. Skill development is a feature in every individual's life. Skill development is a feature in every individual's life. An individual who wants to get employed needs to possess good education only.
A is true, R is false.
A is true.
A is
B is
true.
R is
R is
R is
false.
false.
Only good education is not going to help you. Education plus skills, very important. So it itself is like this statement itself is a false. Skill development is always an every individual's part of life. So here very clear cut answer is option number 3. A is true and R is false. Yes, which is not a component of effective teaching. Questioning to check for the understanding of the students, providing students with the feedback, being flexible about how long it takes to learn, reactive mode of students' behavior.
Reactive mode of students' behavior.
Reactive mode of students' behavior means what? Suppose if the student was harsh with you, okay, or he just keeps on questioning and he argues with you. Are you as a teacher going to react with the way the student is behaving? Reaction, as a teacher you don't have to react, okay, so you can't react in the same manner. So as an effective teacher you can't be in a reactive mode of students behavior. He is simply arguing, you will not simply give him.
मैम यहाँ पे लेकिन रिएक्टिव ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स बिहेवियर बोला है, रिएक्टिव ऑफ टीचर नहीं बोला है शायद.
नहीं, वो क्या बोला है रिया, सुनो कि स्टूडेंट का बिहेवियर, स्टूडेंट ने कुछ तो बिहेव किया और टीचर उसके बिहेवियर पे रिएक्ट कर रही है. टीचर्स रिएक्शन
रिएक्ट कर रहा है.
सॉरी
आई थॉट ये सेंटेंस ऐसे बोल रहा है कि स्टूडेंट कैसे रिएक्ट करता है अपने
No,
बिहेवियर
no.
के हिसाब से.
Reactive, here they are telling that it is yeah, you can relate it reactive mode of students behavior. We can say that also. We can see it is like interpretation, but what can be the effective teaching? Not a component of effective teaching. So this all is related to teaching. You can say that means this is related to teacher, this is related to teacher, but reactive mode of students behavior. Here I feel my interpretation is that the teacher's reactive mode on the student's behavior. I feel that way. Because these all are related to teacher, but this is not related to teacher. This is related to student's behavior. Okay. Which among the following factors doesn't contribute to assessment bias? That means, what is that something which leads to biasness? Biasness means favoritism. Okay. Yes, which doesn't contribute. Please read the question carefully. Yeah? Factors doesn't contribute. That means what is something which is not biasness? When language
Fourth,
of the test and the tester is different from the language of the students. Suppose the test is in English and the tester knows, the tester means this is the test, that is the question paper. Tester means the teacher who is checking your paper, and this is the student. Suppose the test is in English and the teacher knows only Marathi and the student only knows Hindi. So don't you think that the student is writing the paper in Hindi by reading the question in English, and the teacher is not aware of Hindi and not aware of English, but she knows only Marathi and just she is trying to understand something Hindi and trying to interpret in Marathi and checking the paper. So do you think that this is a biasness to the student? That you write
yes.
a paper in English and you get a question paper of Hindi, and the teacher who is checking the paper, she only knows Hindi. So this is biasness. That means this is something wrong. This should not happen. This is biasness. Answers that support middle class values. That means
Bias.
bias. If assessment procedures are flexible, okay, and diverse. Diverse means they are having a wide variety, you can say, to make disadvantaged student comfortable. Assessment
Bias.
procedure are flexible. Try to understand the question. If assessment procedures are flexible and diverse to make disadvantaged students comfortable. Here, I would simply give you an example that if a normal students write a paper, you give 1 hour of time. But if any blind student writes the paper, you may give 1.5 hour of time, or you may give 2 hours of time. So this is, don't you think that there is a flexibility? Normal students are getting 1 hour, deaf and dumb students are getting 1.5 hours. Okay, and blind students are getting 2 hours. So that means the timings are flexible and there are diverse means there is a different time slab given. Okay, or else here the meaning is the students, those who come from general category, somebody comes from SC category, somebody comes from ST category, somebody comes from PWD category, that is physically challenged or physically challenged disabled students. So how it is bias? Is it bias? Come on. This is biasness. When you are giving them flexible time, you are giving them flexible marks. Marks means diverse marks. For you, there may be 40% passing. For SC, ST, it may be 35% passing. How it is bias? Is it bias?
No.
Read the statement what is given. If the assessment procedure simply 35 marks, 40 marks, 45 marks, okay, flexible and diverse for the disadvantaged students. Now here the disadvantaged students can be if you consider the caste, or it can be disabled also. Okay, objective test for reasoning, abstract reasoning of the student. Now this is not bias, huh? You want to test the abstract reasoning and you are giving an objective question for that. How is it possible? I want to understand your abstract thinking. So to understand your abstract thinking, I cannot give you objective type of questions. I want you to express your opinion. I want to express your ideas in a statement form. Abstract reasoning. Okay, so in that case, you cannot give the objective questions. You have to give a descriptive question. Okay, so number 3 is not bias. Choose the
We are going
factors.
to stop the lecture.
I was just planning to finish today. That's why I told 9:30. But fine. I think actually there are some few questions only which we can very easily cover up.
Can I leave, ma'am? Because 3 p.m. onwards, I'm teaching and learning, teaching and learning.
Yeah. Okay,
So
fine.
I'm
Hardly
just
there are some.
exhausted.
No problem. No problem. I understand the time also. No problem. But only some 8 or 10 questions are left that we will cover up in the next class. Not a problem. Today just my laptop got hanged thoda, so otherwise I was in a position to complete all the questions. No problem. We will finish it off in the next class. No problem. Fine.
Thank you so much,
And
ma'am.
tomorrow
Yeah.
you people will be having your